It's the holidays. First Thanksgiving, then Christmas, and of course, New Year's. So much to do, so many parties to go to, so many relatives to visit. Woo! Ever wish it was over? But what are the holidays really about? Maybe they're about being grateful. Grateful for the gifts, grateful for family, just grateful to be with loved ones. But what if you knew true gratitude does not involve another one or another thing? Maybe true gratitude is really about no one or no thing. Join us and see if we can fully understand what gratitude truly is. This is Who Am I? Well, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and all of that. Happy New Year and all that. And we're taping this show just after Thanksgiving. Originally, we were going to tape it earlier, but things happen, right? But, we're looking at the holidays now. And, the time can go by so fast on the holiday, okay? But we were looking at this thing called grateful. Many of you probably had, family rituals where, during Thanksgiving, you might go around saying, what are you thankful for? I'm thankful for, this or that or whatever. Thankful to be alive. Thankful for my family. Thankful for I got a job or whatever, okay? Now, we're looking at that, because it's based upon that there's something called, there's a me who can be thankful for something that usually not outside of me, okay? Usually we call it a blessing that if I get this job or my family or, whatever. I'm thankful that I'm a Christian or a Jew or a Muslim or whatever. I'm thankful for Jesus or whatever. Well, I can understand that. Okay? Because that's the way the human mind has to think. It has to think that there's something that I don't have, all right? And that if I can get, then I will be better off, okay? That's usually the way, and we say that we think we know what would make us better off, okay? Yeah, if I had more money. Oh yeah, who's gonna argue with that? All right? Or if my health was better. Well, who's gonna argue with that? All right? Or whatever, okay? And that's the way, you even hear churches say, come to church and receive your blessings, okay? Old Skinner said, come, to the little rack, come and push that bar, you get the cheese, okay? But we're looking at this, how the human mind works and if it really works for your betterment.
Well, I was reading from your starter sheet here. You said, what if you, I'm trying to paraphrase it, so I won't paraphrase it, I'll read it. We are taught to be grateful and count our blessings. But what are you truly grateful for? If you say anything or anyone, are you trapped in being ungrateful? Mm-hmm. Like, that's really it's thought-provoking. Mm-hmm. And if you go back to the source of God's identity, mm-hmm. and we've said that is all love, truth, are mm-hmm. some of the words that are pointing to God's identity. Mm-hmm. Now, and then you look at the human identity, okay, coming from lack. Uh-huh. So if I'm thankful for something out there, a thing or another, then I'm saying that the God identity that I am isn't. Mm-hmm. And I'm buying into the human identity of lack. Mm-hmm. And usually, and I know none of the other of my peers have ever experienced this or have felt this, but I have behind my being thankful for something or even saying thank you to someone, it's like behind that is an expectation of I either have to produce something or keep, doing something, or underneath I want something.
Mm-hmm.
That lack.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a catch-22.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That we're taught to be thankful, but yet in being thankful, we're, as you use the word, blasphemy.
Yes. Now
Blasphemous.
You got to hear this. This is hard for the human mind to get. Okay? Because, it seems like I should be thankful that I have good health, or that I have, a loving family, or, that I have money in the bank. Now, we all understand that. I mean, that's very human thinking, all right? Now, one of my Kickstarter questions is, can God be thankful? Okay? I don't care what you call it, but God, can that which is God be thankful? Now, Gloria was talking about, as a human, I always coming from lack. Okay? I got to have some food. I got to have some sleep. I got to have a roof over my head. Always, even if I get it, and I say, all right, I got all the money. I got more money than Bill Gates. Okay? And I'm as healthy as a horse. A horse? Well, anyway, okay, maybe my analogy isn't that good, but you can follow me, okay? Or I got, everything that the heart desires. Good family, good food, all the goodies, okay? And can God say, I'm thankful that I got it all? Now think about it. Supposedly old Adam was in that garden, all right? This is a story we were all told, Genesis, okay? And old Adam, supposedly had everything, but he still wasn't satisfied, all right? And then God, says, all right, I got you everything, but God wasn't satisfied. God didn't have something called obedience, right? This Jehovah God that we were taught. And he was lacking something called obedience. And he wasn't thankful that he wasn't getting all he wanted. And as Gloria just said, I held this expectation or hope that I will get something that I don't have, or I could produce. You're supposed to give it to me, because all relationships are based upon I ain't got. All relationships, okay? And I'm looking to you to give it, or I have to give it. And if I get it, I'm thankful. But then if I get it from you, you can take it away. Okay, I can lose it. All right? And so now I'm dependent upon you, and I got to manipulate, and all kinds of things. But I'm looking for something to fulfill this lack that I think I am. And we even got a God who lacks.
Would you say that desire of any type fits under the human identity?
Yes.
Would you say that God could ever have a desire?
No.
Okay. Well, then what you're saying in your intro is that really there could never really be such thing as gratitude, because gratitude means there was a sense of desire in that particular state for some reason.
Right.
But in the state of nothing or no thing, there will be no desires.
Right.
So there would only be wholeness, completeness, perfection, and fulfillment.
Right.
At all times. And I think that one of the main things that you've always talked about, and this is why getting to the source has been so important, and that it's really hard to understand, because if we really come from desires, you will never get to the point where you understand that having no desires is fulfillment,
right,
as opposed to having a desire fulfilled.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it was the Buddha who said, the first of all life is that all of life is suffering. And then he said, all suffering comes from desire. Okay? Which means what? I ain't got. Okay? I desire something. And that means I'm not complete. I'm not whole. I'm not total. Okay?
Yeah, I've studied this thing of gratitude. The University of California at Berkeley has also studied it quite extensively in terms of behavioral changes and attitude adjustment. And there is a point where a human being can learn gratitude to the extent that they stop measurement. They don't measure things in terms of good or bad, fulfilling and unfulfilling. They just become very accepting of whatever shows up.
And then the human mind's going to kick back in, okay? And something is going to be missing for the human. I might have it right now, okay? But in time, and all humans think that they're in time, time will eventually wear something down.
I would expect the human mind to do the trick of attacking the individual and saying is something wrong.
Yes.
Because you're not measuring, you're not perceiving that something is missing, etc.
Yeah, the human mind has to tell you something's wrong. Okay, something's missing. That's Jehovah. Okay? I mean, then Jehovah or Allah or whatever you want to call him, that concept of a God, didn't he have a desire called, hey, look what I did, Adam. I gave you this paradise. And I just wanted a little obedience. I didn't get something that I think I deserved. Okay? And that's where humans come from. As a human, you think you deserve something. I think I deserve for my parents to take care of me. Okay? I think as a black man that there should be racial equality. I think that all people should be happy. Okay? And that's very noble. Who can argue against that? But all of that is below this level. See, what we have to look at is there only God? Now, that's the question. You know, is there only the infinite? Why is it that we don't want to let God be all?
I pretty much agree with Gloria with her statements because of when you have gratitude, asking, requesting for something for the self, that's very contradictory to what love is. Love is nothing contained to the self. It's always like a river passing through you. And just having gratitude for that you have received that. Now, let's look at compassion. Where compassion is coming from? Compassion comes from emptiness. Having compassion for all this. It's the same way as we can interpret love. So I pretty much, I have a difficult time understanding your introductory question, having gratitude. Now, if it's defined in that form, yes. If it's defined as love or defining from emptiness, I agree to that.
Okay, yeah, all there is love. Yeah. But I ain't talking Smokey Robinson, romantic and all that kind of stuff, okay? Love means just the awareness that is. It's infinite, okay? It is one. Love is the awareness that there's only one. And that one is me, okay? It's I am, all right? And of course, this I is not Alan Carter. Joan can tell you that, okay? That Alan Carter has, I get mad, you didn't do me right, and whatever, okay? And I think I deserve this, and, I got me a new car. I got me a new job. Oh, hey, I walked down the street and I found $5 on the street. Hey, all right, it's my lucky day. I now got $5 more. The boss calls me in and says, hey, here's a promotion and you get gazillions of dollars or whatever. And I feel good. And then the next day the boss calls me and said, you fired. Okay. And then what? I feel bad. Okay. And so I'm thankful for the good stuff. All right. And I want to avoid the bad stuff. And I call the good stuff blessings. And I say, I'm grateful for my blessings. Now at the level of human, yes. I'm not telling you to, if somebody, does something good, like, I don't know, if they, you're down and out and they give you, a good job or whatever. Yes, at the level of human, okay, thank them and so forth. All right, you do what's appropriate. So I'm not saying, if I'm down and out and you give me a job, I go, I'm not grateful. Okay, no, that's human stuff. Again, I'm caught in human. Okay, but can I realize that I'm not a human? See, it's all about identity. What is my identity? If I say I'm a human, then yes, I will have this. If, as Raphael says, I'm infinite love, I can't be missing anything. So how can I say something called, I don't have something, but now I have it, and I'm grateful that I got it? All of this is going towards one point, and that is, who am I? That's the point. That's why the show is named this. What is my identity? Am I Alan Carter? A black man from Normal, Alabama? Yada, yada, with a story, that long? And I have something called, I did good stuff, and I don't want y'all to find out what I call the bad stuff, okay? And, I'm grateful that Joel and I are grateful that our parents, loved us and supported us and emphasized education and all that. Yes, I'm grateful for that. Okay? I'm grateful that I got good health. Okay, or whatever. Yes, at the level of human. But we don't want to say that we are human. No human really wants to stop being human. We are so identified as human.
It's almost like as I listen, I hear judgment about being human. Mm-hmm. Like there's something wrong with being human, or it's something wrong with this body form called human. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like that judgment about that is almost like a trap that keeps you there. Mm-hmm. Because you're trying not to be that. Mm-hmm. If I think that being human is not, well, it's like a separation from God, it appears to be a separation from God, then I'm going to work toward not being that. Mm-hmm. And that's like the more you resist, the more it persists. Mm-hmm. I'm resisting acknowledging that this body is called a human, and we use the word human to identify bodies. Mm-hmm. And so what?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So what?
Mm-hmm.
But to really get that that's not who I am.
Yeah, once you think, you're going to judge.
Yeah.
Okay. I can say I don't like Donald Trump. Is that absolutely true? Anyway, but I'm judging Donald Trump. Now, a Republican, one of his people might say, I don't like Hillary, okay, or whatever. I like ice, as Joan can tell you, I don't like grits, right, Joan? I don't eat grits, okay? I'm from Alabama, okay? I don't like grits. So you could think of some food you don't like, maybe peas or asparagus. Or who likes squash? Anybody like squash? Ugh, okay. Well, that's a judgment. You have squash as negative, and you might have, steak as positive, okay, or whatever, okay? Well, that's a judgment. You might say Beyonce is beautiful, right, Leonard? Yes. And you might say, Whoopi Goldberg's not as beautiful as Beyonce. Everybody goes, yeah, that's true. That's absolute. No, that's a judgment. Okay. So yes. And like you said, once you think, you will judge. Okay. And by all you can do, since you can't stop thinking on your own, but all you can do is notice how you think.
And don't make judgment. When you have a judgment come in, don't make that wrong.
Right. But you will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's, it's practicing, it's disciplining
yes.
those thoughts. It's like we can't get rid of them, but Is it possible to monitor them?
Yes, you can watch them.
Science is beginning to help us out quite a bit
Okay.
in terms of verifying many of the things that you say.
Okay.
For example, and I have the sources in my phone. So, when we come back, I can give those out. For example, science is able to separate from the body, the mind, put it in a container, and generate from one cell an entire human form, take the mind out of the container and put it into the newly created form called a clone, and the person will reappear.
Okay.
So many of the things that you're talking about, we're going to understand as a species as we continue to move forward. You're like on the cutting edge with this information, but science is right there with you.
Well, yes, and science has a limitation, and I want to go towards where there's no limitation. Science is limited by that it is has a subject object as a method.
Their findings are very empirical, which is what you are basically alluding to. One of their major shortcomings is when they do these manipulations with the body and the mind, they don't know what happens to the soul.
Yeah.
That's where they get hung up. It's the same place that Einstein got caught up. He said there's some spooky stuff going on here, but I don't, quite understand what it is. You keep pointing us toward what they don't understand,
Right.
which is the soul, which is the one, which is the source. They don't quite understand that yet.
Yeah. One of Webster's definition for soul is essence. Okay. Now, people have argued about soul, that term soul, for centuries. Okay. Or whatever it may mean. It is, is God's soul, whatever, what is the essence of it all? Okay. Even now where they get into, the cosmologists get into Big Bang and stuff, and they come up with what they call that everything comes from singularity. Okay. And that was something that was, notice the word, infinitesimally small. But they said and imply it's a thing. But it's infinitesimal. Okay, it's infinite. Well, if it's infinite, it's not a thing. Because a thing has a boundary. Okay? Infinitive doesn't have a boundary. All right? So it's not a thing. It is, Raphael said, it's a no thing. All right? So science cannot get to no thing.
It can't get to it be.
Right. It can't
get there.
That's because they're caught in the human mind. Okay?
But it can get us to the point where we understand we're not our bodies and we're not our minds.
Well, it may get us there, yes. But that ain't it. See, it's everything you think has a limitation.
And I agree.
Okay? How can you understand infinity? I don't care if you're Einstein, to the 10th power. Okay? How can you understand there's a you who's separate from infinity? That is impossible. That's why this word cannot be understood. And it's the simplest word there is. Be. Okay? It's this, two letters. Okay? And what bees? I be. Okay? I is. Can't argue with that. Okay? Now, what does that mean? That's why we're asking this question with this show. And we've been doing it for 8 years, okay? And I can't give you the answer. I could maybe, point a little bit about this or that, but you gonna find out, all right? That's all Jesus was doing. He wasn't dying for my sins. If he was, then, hey, Jesus, come here, let me talk to you, boy. Buddha, they were interested in the source. They had to be. You can call it soul, you can call it God, you can call it whatever you want. You can call it trash can if you want to. I mean, it doesn't care because you don't even know that you're calling it anything, okay? But that is, what is the source of it all? And Stephen Hawking and his boys were trying to get to it, And it got to a point called dark. They don't even know what dark energy is. Okay? Scientists don't know. Okay? And they say that there's more dark energy than anything in this universe. And they don't even know what it is. They just hypothesize about it. Okay? And they said that will cause, supposedly, Armageddon when dark energy does something. Okay? I'm not a, physicist, astrophysicist, but yeah, I mean, I have a respect for science. Please don't hear me down disrespecting science. Julian Alfalo was a scientist. He was a chemist, okay? And so I respect science, all right? I have a degree. A PhD is a research degree. But you have to know the limits of anything because anything you think is limited, okay? Like I said, I don't care if you're Einstein. And we are interested in the one that bees.
So I would definitely agree with what Gloria was saying earlier about the human identity and personal identity is stuck in the limitation of judgment. And if I'm just going to stay in that state, then of course, that's just a passing state because I'm going to judge one thing good today and maybe bad tomorrow. So there's nothing really consistent and true about it. It's just a belief. But if I get beyond that belief, which is the state of just being or the state of oneness, then there would be no such thing as judgment. There would be no such thing as good or bad or right or wrong or no duality for that matter. And that is not a state. That is a presence that is always present because there could be nothing outside of the all, or there could be nothing outside of being. So I think that's where the human has its most difficult place of trying to understand that because it's trying to understand something that's not like itself. And that's where I think we always fall short.
Exactly. And I just got a signal. Okay. And we have to end this discussion right now, but not end it. Okay. Just, hit pause for a second. Okay. And begin to really get into even where the scientists, we want to go beyond them. Go beyond the theologians. Go beyond the psychologists or whatever. Go beyond and beyond. To what? I don't know. You can call it infinity. So keep asking questions and keep open. Keep knowing that the best thing you can say is, I don't know. Thank you.
Living Truth 365 is proud to support Dr. Alan Carter and the Who Am I television show. Please visit our website at livingtruth365.org to find out more about our services, classes, and community support. We invite you to visit with us and share our journey in truth.